new song, Chasing Wind. So I've got everything super organized now, the way Trent, my mixing guy, likes it. And now that I have learned how to do this, I like it as well. So I have all the demo tracks in order as the song goes on. So every time a new section gets added and there's a change to the guitar tones, we have new tracks for it. Even if I think I might use the same tones later in the song, we have it on a separate track just in case, because Trent may decide he wants to do something different with that part. So it needs to be on a different track. So that was kind of the hard part, just getting all that organized. Here's the first one I'm going to redo. I think I'm pretty happy with most of the guitars. At the very beginning, check this out. So I really screwed that up. I'm gonna redo it. Let's hear what it sounds like in the mix. All right, yeah, so we're gonna fix that right now. Let's turn on our clickety track for that. And then here's kind of the sound I'm gonna use. Great, Tabby, what's up, man? Good to see you, good to see you. Probably, it's what, afternoon where you are? It's about mid-afternoon over you're in Italy, right? It is 9:30 in the morning here. So, I think I'm gonna do just a little bit of breakup there. I think I'm gonna actually use the middle position single coil on that. You wanna write a song? Yeah, dude, that's what I'm doing right now. Well, I'm actually not writing it. It's already written, it's just recording. Should you use Loop Station for recording? It depends if you like looping. But I don't use a loop. I'm using my computer. I'm using Logic for this. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can record this. Okay, actually. What did that sound like? Okay, I like that sound there. I think that works. I'm gonna use a little bit less gain, actually. And am I gonna do just power chords? Or I think I'm gonna do just power chords, probably for that bit. It's got out of the stream mid-talk. It sounds cleaner. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do for that build there. And let's give that a shot. But do I want to push the B? Yeah, okay, yeah, so I push on the B. So I'm gonna do that here as well. Let's do that one more time. All right, let's listen back, see what we think. Let's just hear the guitars isolated. And then I'm gonna keep the level even. I'm not gonna build the level there like I originally. let's fix the level of that one. Get the guitars balanced. Oh, Fiorenza says, hey, hear me out. You should do a mix of power chords and moved D chords. Oh, like, yeah. I see what you're saying. Like a, you're saying like a, and then what's my next chord? Like that? That's kind of what you're suggesting? Fiorenza says, go, 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 go. Yes. It's muffled. Oh yeah, triads. I'm not sure what you mean by muffled. Like that sounds pretty clear to me. I have it down a little bit quieter, but I've got the tone pretty bright, and it's just power chords on the middle pickup. But yeah, I could maybe add another guitar and see. Yeah, I might. Let me see. For fun, let's double that track and just see what that sounds like with those triads. It's something I've been working, but a lot of my students are working on is adding triad in versions. But I don't think I want to just slide up the D shape. I think I want a little more voice leading. But I do like that high bit there. I don't know, let's try it. See what that sounds like. You know what, man? I like that, but I don't think I want to have it come in right away. I'm actually going to have it come in the second half of that. Dude, that's a great idea. Let's see. I'm going to put that guitar center, actually. Do I want the other middle guitar? Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. Guitar center build triads is what I'm going to name that. And then I'll kind of play with the mix later on it. Canon Rock. No, I'm actually recording my own song right now, Insanity. Sometimes I take requests, but I'm not doing that right now. So I'm tracking rhythm guitars for my new song, Chasing Wind. Let's see. I got to redo that intro clean part, but I'm probably going to mic up my Fender Twin later to do that. And it'll be kind of loud, so I probably won't do it on a live stream. All right, here come the builds. Dude, Dude, so yeah, I'm getting rid of, I initially had, great Tabby, that was such a great idea. Thank you very much. Um, because I initially had extra power cords coming in the middle channel on that final build, but doing those triad inversions gives it a little more color. So cool. Great Tabby, loop station recording versus studio recording. I mean, I would say studio recording for sure. That would be my preference there. All right, so now these big guitars that come in. I think I recorded that on my Quad Cortex, and I don't like the way it sounds. No, I dislike that. So I'm gonna use two separate guitars, but I'm gonna just use the same amp. So I'll probably do this one. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do open chords or I could go, or I might. And I might try leaving those highest two strings open. So let's just see what that sounds like. And again, I'm not going to use a lot of gain for that. All right, cool. So I'm gonna have to bring the volume of that down. I love that sound. And I didn't even play it perfect, but I think it's good. So now let me bring the level down. Volume is a bit much. There. All right, cool. And then I'll match the volume here. Okay, so now we're gonna grab another guitar. Skibbity, skibbity, everybody is a skibbity for all time. So I got to adjust a few of these levels here. I know that is so boring and I apologize. And then I need to label this intro big clap strat. I need to remember which guitars I use in case I need to redo any of this. All right, so now let's record the left side. I like the clarity of this. Do I want to go full all out? Great Tabby, it sounds like there's some chaos. What do you mean? What do you mean it sounds like there's some chaos? Do I want to use the tom strat? Let's just see. This one's real big and beefy, and I want it to sound big, but sometimes just having like a real clear sound gives you the biggest sound. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there, but so Great Tabby, I'm just recording the rhythm tracks right now. There's multiple things going on. It all has to be like mixed properly. And then I'll do some rudimentary mixing so it sounds less chaotic. And then what I do is I like to put down as many ideas as I can. And then my mixing guy, Trent, when I send it to him, he's really good at cleaning it up, so that if it sounds like there's too much going on, he cleans that up. but there's basically 4 guitars happening. There's 2 rhythm guitars happening, and then there's a lead and a harmony. So that's it. That's happening. All right, let me get rid of the lead. All right, and we're gonna record this. This side is gonna be all power chords. I'm not gonna do that for this left. Oh, that sounds great. Cool. Here we go. And like the frequencies also are going to sound a bit muddled because I'm not super, like I'm kind of okay at figuring out where frequencies need to live, but Trent will also like reduce certain frequencies in the bass and bring up certain frequencies in the guitars so that everything sounds nice and clear. Too much dissonance. Could be because I like jazz chill music. Yeah, that could be. I like louder rock and roll music. This sounds like a Blink 182 song, says the Fat Muppet. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Blink is my favorite band of all time. So this song is kind of like my vision for most of my music is like if Blink 182 recruited Joe Satriani as their lead guitar player and they were playing Carly Rae Jepsen melodies. That's kind of what I'm going for. All right. Here we go. Oops. Let's see. Let's just hear those 2 guitars. Honestly, they sound a little too similar, I think. All right, I'm gonna leave that for now. I might retrack it later. Big DeLong, Big DeLong. All right, so that section is gonna be called. And then the leads I'm not gonna retrack right now, but here's what the lead sounds like. Let me bring the so the drums I brought down the volume of, so I need to bring down the volume of everything else. Let me bring the volume of that harmony down to about -8 dB. And you know what? The bass might be too loud as well. Because I get what you're saying, Gray Tabby. It does sound a bit muddy. Let's bring the bass down to like -3. That's a little better. It's a little bit better. But again, if you guys have heard my song Frog Hopper, then you know how good Trent is at cleaning up those frequencies and making everything sound nice and clear, even when there's a lot going on. The Fat Muppet says, "Isn't that Tom DeLonge guitar?" Yeah. This is the Tom Strat. You got it. Great Tabby. So I was thinking of making music, but I can't say much of how it's made. You just got to start making it. And I heard your one song that you recorded, and that sounded great. So you just keep doing it. Basically, classical guitar plays some chill patterns. Strat goes crazy on remixing in rock key. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing here. Starts with this nice pretty guitar. Kind of builds for a bit. Rhythm guitars in the verse. Let's mute the lead, the main melody here, because I'm not recording those today. So that's both with the Starcaster, and I actually really like that sound. I may just leave this. Cool. I really like that sound, so I'm going to actually leave that. This I don't like as much. Ooh, no, I kind of like that one. That sounds like trash. My guess is I recorded that with the Quad Cortex, and I recorded this with a real amp. So I'm going to re-record this one right now. And kind of clean. Actually, I think that sounds pretty good on the tom Strat, but I need to bring the volume way down. Holy biscuits. Maybe like right there. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, that sounds great actually. Do I want? Yeah, I do think I want that. So let me start the track just a little early. Sounds like, I think I need to bring the volume down a little more. Is that negative? Minus 10. Minus 8? I'm minus 8! Do you hear me? I'm minus 8. Elf, anybody? Actually, that volume needs to come up. Cool, I think that sounds pretty good. I should bring that down just a little. Dude, you know what actually would sound really good there maybe? Is like an effect. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put like a flange on this one. All right, check this out. Let's loop that. Where was I here? Yeah. Let me just look at it. All right, check this out. So one of my favorite albums of all time is "Lit," place in the sun, and at the very beginning of that album starts with these big like flange guitars, and that's pretty cool. Where's D on the A string? So that's something I take all my guitar students through, is memorizing their fretboard, and if A is if A is open, then it's a whole step to B, which is 2 frets, half step to C, and a whole step to D. So I want to encourage you that D on the 5th fret of the A string, just memorize that that's D. And that's a good starting point. But I highly encourage you to memorize all the notes of your fretboard. It's just there's 1 fret from B to C and E to F. Everything else is 2 frets. I'll record it as a jam session first if it goes well. Yeah, there you go. Great, Tabby. Yep, I like that. The triads. Yeah, I did the triads earlier at the beginning. Project MK Ultra. You found. Oh, nice. Good. Okay, so the guitar on the right will have that flange, but the guitar on the left will not. Oh my God, hearing those together, this makes me so happy. You guys, this is my favorite thing. This is my favorite non-bedroom activity. I love that. I'm gonna put flange for that one, and then I'm gonna put DeLong on this one in case I need to go back and record anything. Okay, so let's hear what that sounds like just going into that section with all the guitars, with all the rhythm guitars. Yeah, dude, I love it. I love it so much. Great to have you. The guitar with flange sounds like MK Ultra. Oh, right on. Okay, before I do this next part, let's see. All right, here's the chorus. The chorus is like the same as kind of that intro part. I don't think I like the way either of those sound. I think I'm going to redo them, and I'm going to do them basically the way I did before. But I'm thirsty. Let's go get a sparkling water, shall we? Man, and I know I won't get like as many views or engagement when I'm like recording my own music as if I just like take requests, but when you have a vision, you must see it through, right? The guitar with flange sounds like MK Ultra. Good morning, Kennedy. How did you sleep? Our AC went out on this side of the house, so yeah, a little warm. The elephants on LSD